Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I have a very special winter solstice live planned for us this evening. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the winter solstice, and then I'm going to read for the collective, and I will perform and teach you a winter solstice ritual that you can actually do with me live tonight. All you're going to need is a pen and a piece of paper, so don't panic about all the stuff you see on the screen. All right, guys, please remember we are multi streaming, so we're on three different platforms at the same time. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm definitely receiving several notifications for internet, for picture, for sound, really, literally for everything. So I see everyone starting to come in. Just let me know, ladies, we have sound. You see a pretty picture going on your screen there. And again, I do apologize for all the internet interruptions. As most of you know, I have moved and went through a transition. And I lost the fiber optics for just a moment, just a moment. They will be here very soon, and I've been waiting very patiently. Oh, thank you guys. All right, so I'm not sure why all the notifications, but yeah, definitely all my bells and whistles going off over here. But I'm just gonna jump in and get started because I have a lot of fun information to share with you. And then I'm really excited about this collective reading that I'm going to do. So, the collective reading I actually put on your screen there. So, you guys will be able to see what energies we're going to be tapping into. But first, let's talk winter solstice because this is a really fascinating astronomical event that occurs once a year, and it's marking the shortest day and longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere. Guys, it does depend on where you are, and we do have people that watch PLR in the southern hemisphere. So for those of you in the northern hemisphere, this year it's going to fall on December 21st. The 21st is the shortest day. The night of the 21st into the 22nd is the longest night. So, to fully appreciate this phenomenon, let's break it down into some key concepts, and then we're going to explore the energies that you may be feeling during this time, as well as some various religious and cultural practices associated with the winter solstice. So that is what I plan on sharing tonight. Miss L, I see everybody saying hello to Miss L, but I don't see Miss L. How interesting. I see Michelle and Shield Nova over on, there's Miss L. Over on Facebook. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We almost went live on TikTok again. I'm definitely trying to figure out how to do that. We now have the ability to do that. And I'm not really sure what happened over on TikTok. Maybe we passed the 500 followers. I'm not sure, but it's like suddenly we have the live button. But I'm struggling to figure out how to use our streaming service to stream. I may have to wait until we have the fiber optics internet and then just use two cameras. I've seen other people do it that way, and most likely it's because we're not able to connect a streaming service to our TikTok. But hopefully soon we'll be over there as well. Hello, Vanessa. All right, so let me get back to it. All right, so first let's talk about what is a solstice, right? So a solstice is an astronomical event that happens twice a year when the sun reaches its highest or lowest point in the sky at noon, resulting in the longest or shortest days. So the two solstices are the summer solstice, which occurs around June 21st for those of us in, again, in the northern hemisphere. And this is when the sun is at its highest point in the sky, resulting in the longest day of the year. And of course, the shortest night. The winter solstice, which is what is occurring right now, December 21st and 22nd, is when the sun is in the lowest point, leading to the shortest day and the longest night. So the term solstice comes from the Latin word sol, which means sun, and sister or sistre, which is to stand still. So reflecting on the sun's apparent pause and its movement across the sky during these times. All right, now let's talk about the energies that we may experience during the winter solstice, which many of you are already feeling these energies and felt them coming in previously to today, right? A lot of us feel these energies early. We talk about that often. I do feel there's a purpose to that, but let's talk about the energies that you maybe have already experienced or may be experiencing right now. And it is going to be, it's going to feel like there's a shift in energy. And this is a time that is often associated with introspection, reflection, and renewal. So as the days begin to lengthen after the solstice, it symbolizes the return to light and the gradual awakening of nature. So here are some collective energies that you may feel. Introspection is the long nights encouraging us to look inward and reflect on the past year and then set intentions for the year ahead. Remember that because that's going to go with our winter solstice ritual that we're going to do in just a moment. And guys, I think I am going to do the ritual before the collective read. So go ahead and grab your pens and paper now if you want to do it with us, right? All right. So the next thing is rest and renewal. So this is something you may feel because just as nature rests during the winter, you may feel a need to slow down, recharge, and prepare for new growth that spring brings. And then, of course, it's going to be connected. The energy is going to be connected to nature itself because many people feel a deeper connection to the cycles of nature, recognizing the importance of balance between light and dark during the solstice. All right, so here are some interesting, I thought they were interesting, religious and cultural practices that celebrate winter solstice with different rituals and traditions in honor of returning of the light, right? So, of course, the most common one is Yule. So, in many pagan traditions, Yule is celebrated as a festival of rebirth. It involves lighting candles and fires to symbolize the return of the sun and lengthening days. People may also decorate evergreen trees, which represents life amidst winter's cold. Christmas. So, while primarily a Christian holiday, many Christmas traditions have roots in winter solstice celebrations, like, for example, the use of lights, evergreen decorations, and feasting can be traced back to ancient solstice festivals. Here's one that I may not pronounce properly. Dongzai Festival is celebrated in Eastern Asia and or Eastern Asian cultures. And this festival marks the winter solstice and emphasizes family gatherings and the consumption of special foods such as dumplings to symbolize the arrival of longer days. There's also Anti-Rimi and Incan culture. The winter solstice was celebrated as a festival honoring the sun god Inti. This festival involved rituals and offerings to ensure the sun's return and the fertility of the land. This one is called Kwanzaa. So, although not directly linked to the winter solstice, Kwanzaa is celebrated from December 26th to January 1st and emphasizes community, culture, and the importance of family aligning with themes and a reflection of renewal. So, the winter solstice is a powerful time of year that invites us all to pause, reflect, and celebrate the return of light, whether through personal introspection or communal rituals. This time encourages us to embrace the cycles of nature and the energies that come with them. So, as we move forward from the solstice, we can carry the spirit of renewal and hope into the new year. All right. Dumplings, yum. Miss L, I learned how to make dumplings for the first time in a crock pot. It was actually my first time making dumplings, period. I wasn't normally a fan of dumplings. I actually wasn't a fan of dumplings, but I didn't realize it was because I had never ate proper made dumplings. It wasn't until my daughter-in-law, who just had my grandbaby, made me homemade chicken and dumplings one night, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this." And then come to find out it's really important how you make those dumplings. But I also learned how to make the dumplings and the chicken and dumplings in a crock pot, which turned out amazing. I was really shocked that it turned out that well. But yeah, so I'm definitely it's a new treat for me, a new fan of the chicken and dumplings. All right, guys, so now we're going to do the winter solstice ritual. So here's all you're going to need for tonight. Tonight, you're just going to need a pen and paper. And 10 days, you're going to need a safe burning tray and a lighter. But that's 10 days from now. So let me tell you about the ritual. So the ritual we're going to do is you're going to grab your paper. I grab these little Post-its just because they're easy to rip off and do one by one. And you're going to write 10 actions, 10 things that you want to do, accomplish, start in 2025. So, for example, if you're finally going to write your book in 2025, you would write down on your paper, write book, just like that. So that's going to be one of them because Spirit's been telling me that I need to write my twin flame book. And I'm like, oh my God. But eventually we will get there. All right. So you're going to do 10 of these things. So write the book. All right. I want to, in 2025, I want to, um, I would say start going to the gym, but like sister has the gym in the basement. So I'm going to put that I want to be more consistent. I'm going to consistently work out. So consistently work out. And you're going to make 10 of these. You're going to get 10 of these in your little bowl. And then what you're going to do, and guys, you'll probably hear other people talking about this because it's a really common winter solstice ritual that's done. So you're going to make your 10 things and get them in your bowl tonight. Okay. It has to be done tonight. You can't wait any longer than tonight because each day for 10 days, you're going to pull one of the things out of here. You're not going to look at it. You're just going to pull it out and you're going to burn it in a safe burning tray, right? I use this little silver heart tray that Miss L gifted me. It's actually where I do all of my burnings. So again, you're not going to look at it. You're going to take it out and you're going to burn one a day for 10 days. At the end, at the 10th day, that's not true. That's not true. 9 days. On the 10th day should be the 31st. So on the 10th day, it should be the 31st and you should be left with one in here. And that's the one that on that 10th day, you're going to open it up on the 31st. And whatever this piece of paper says, this is what Spirit wants you to focus on in 2025. Mine says consistently work out, of course. So that is the ritual, guys. We're actually not burning anything today. I'm actually going to burn this bay leaf because I'm going to show you another ritual that I like to do pretty regularly, actually. It's the bay leaf manifestation ritual. So what you do is for this one, this is a completely different ritual, guys. You can do this whenever. You go grab some cheap little bay leaves, right, from the dollar store, and they come in these little jars. They usually have several bay leaves in these jars, right? And what you do is you're gonna grab a permanent marker, magic marker, and you're going to write what you want to manifest on your bay leaf. So, what I've been doing here lately, I'm just going to tell you what my example is. When you decide to shine your light, like when you decide to follow your purpose and you get out in the world and you start telling people your story, you're going to find a lot of like asshole people that are really miserable, like in their own life, right? And they're going to try to attack you in several different ways. So one of the manifestations that I've been doing that has been working out for me really well is if I find that you're minding my business more than your own business, I tend to write your name on this little bay leaf. And I have a little thing that I put down on on here where I just encourage the universe to help you get busy focusing on your own problems instead of focusing on mine. And it's been working out for me. If I wrote your name on this bay leaf, you're off healing in the world. God bless your little hearts. So, what I've decided to do today for this one is for anyone that is minding my business more than they're minding their own business, I'm going to transmute this energy and turn it into financial profits for me. See how that works? And then when you write what you want on your bay leaf, I tend to use this little, oh, burnt up eyebrow plucker to hold my bay leaf. And then I burn it. And I make sure that the whole thing burns. When you're left with nothing but ashes, I recommend that you take these ashes and you return them back to the dirt. So, if anyone has been minding my business, you're about to hear my phone cha-ching. All right, guys, now let's talk about that collective reading. All right, so the collective reading I actually put on your screen at the beginning when we were talking about the winter solstice. Let's see if I can pull it back up actually so we can all look at it. I actually did not fully create this spread. I actually found this spread online, very commonly used, and I just changed a few things to kind of personalize it for us in our collective, right? So the first thing I'm going to look at, and remember when I'm looking at our collectives, I'm looking at our divine masculine and our divine feminines. So the first thing I'm looking at is what is cold. What is cold within you right now? The next thing I'm going to look at is the warmth, how best to warm up that cold energy. I'm going to look at the hunger. What is inside you that feels hungry at this time? I'm going to look at how you can care, how you best to feed that hunger. We're going to look at what is happy. So, what makes you feel full at this time? Joy is how best to enjoy that energy. We're going to look at the quiet. So, what is quiet and still at this time? The stillness, we're going to look at how best to sit with it. I feel like that's probably where we're struggling the most. That's definitely for me, for being like for me is sitting with it and feeling it and transmuting it. I'm also going to look at the mystery, so what you still need to know at this time, and the wisdom, so how you're going to implement, how best to know it, right? So that is the reading, collective reading for tonight. Guys, don't forget that I will be back tomorrow night, Sunday night, for 11 astrology. We're actually going to go over the January transits tomorrow. So Sunday night, January 2025 transit. So make sure to come back and join me. And of course, I will offer some free and paid mini readings. I think we're going to focus on the nodes in the month of January because we have the North Node and the South Node making a pretty big move from Aries to Pisces and from Libra to Virgo. So with the North Node in Aries for the last 2.5 years, we've all learned to put our mask on first, right? So kind of like when you're on the airplane and the lady's like, in case of emergency, please put your oxygen on mask on first so that you can help other people get their mask on, right? We've all learned to do that. For the last 2.5 years, we've learned it's not selfish to replenish our cup, um, all those things, and we've implemented that. So now that North Node, and the North Node is what you're uncomfortable with. So when we started the North Node in Aries, you were uncomfortable with putting yourself first. You were always putting other people before you. So for the last 2.5 years, you've been getting uncomfortable, or getting more comfortable, I guess I should say, with putting yourself first. And then Libra being our, South Node energy really just means that we've all wrapped up karmic relationships, right? Here, okay, so let's tap into those relationships because I feel like we don't talk about them often enough, and I should be mentioning them more often. Three types of relationships. The reason spirit tells me to mention these types of relationships more often is because you are misunderstanding who is who, and you're putting the wrong people in the wrong slot. So, for example, you're calling a karmic, which is someone who's just there to teach you a very challenging, difficult life lesson, a soulmate, which is someone who stays with you, throughout your life's journey. So, and you're wondering like why your life's so hard. Why is everything not, why is love such a hard challenge for you? It's you're putting the people in the wrong spot. So most of us are in karmic relationships and have dealt with karmic relationships. Let's talk about karmic relationships. Karmic relationships are relationships where there's abuse, physical, emotional, narcissistic. Karmic abuse is where the goal is individual. There's no team in a karmic relationship. Um, there's usually a giver and a taker. The taker is for themselves. They don't have any common goals with the giver. The giver will change their goals just to have the same as the taker. That's a karmic relationship. In a karmic relationship, you'll always have a little voice in the back of your head that tells you this is a bad relationship. You're not happy here. You shouldn't be here. And you'll ignore it until you learn the lesson. In a soulmate relationships, you can have lots of soulmates. Soulmates don't have to be love relationships. They can be friendships, right? Family members can be soulmates. Soulmates are when two people have a common goal, when there's no jealousy, when there's no fakery, you know, when you honestly encourage and support one another. That's a soulmate. And then there's twin flames. Everybody wants to have a twin flame. I find that extremely comical. Like I don't understand why everybody wants to. I do. It's because there's so much false information about twin flames that makes everybody go, "Oh, well, where's my twin flame? I wish I had one." And it's so silly. No, you don't. No, you don't. Not everybody has a twin flame because twin flame is a type of spiritual awakening. There are several types of spiritual awakenings. Lots of things can catapult you into a spiritual awakening. Loss is key. Loss, grief, spiritual awakening. Trauma, car accident, sudden near death experience, spiritual awakening. None of those things sound fun, right? So what makes anybody think that when I tell you a twin flame is a type of spiritual awakening, that's fun? You see what I mean? Like, why do people go, "Oh, I want one. I want one." No, you don't. No, you don't. Have your own spiritual awakening. Don't fake it. There's no need to cause yourself more challenges than your own soul already chose for this lifetime. But those are the three different types. A twin flame is someone who will catapult your spiritual awakening. It literally means like people are like, "What's catapult? What do you mean by that?" It means that you're going about your life minding your own damn business. And then someone comes along and shakes it all up. And I don't mean like shakes it up. They shake it up, they stomp on it, they break it, they shatter it, they crush it, they bury it in the ground. That's a twin flame. So why do you want that? Now let's talk about, why do people have spiritual awakenings? Why did I meet a twin flame? Why did this person come into my life? And not all of you are as angry with your counterpart as I am. So not all of you may feel the same exact way. But it's like, why? Why did this happen to me? Like me, Rosa, sitting out here in my little trailer in Kentucky, like, what the F did I ever do to the universe for this to happen to me? Spiritual awakenings happen regardless of whether it was a twin flame, it was a trauma, it was a loss, whatever it is, does not matter what catapulted your awakening. That's why I always say it's about the purpose and not the person, right? You had a spiritual awakening because your soul found itself lost in the darkness. Tell me I'm wrong. You're having a spiritual awakening because your soul found itself lost in the dark. So God had to come down and shine a light and pull you out of the darkness because you wanted to come out of the darkness. Did you know there's people out there that don't want to come out of the darkness? They don't. They're fine. They're fine being takers. They're good with it. They have no shame. There's no guilt. There's no remorse. But you weren't fine with being in the darkness. You didn't want to stay angry and mad and hurt and bitter. You wanted to find light in your heart again. So you took God's hand and he led you to the light. And that is a spiritual awakening. And I just want to point out one other little thing because my spirit guides are over here like, hey, you didn't mention it. Here's another thing I should say. That little ritual that we did with the bay leaf, we all have these abilities. We all have these abilities. But here's something you should know. If you're writing anything on your bay leaf that doesn't serve the greater good or is about someone that is highly protected, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Because whatever you put on that bay leaf against someone that is highly protected is going to come back to you. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know who all needed to know that, but I am definitely surrendering to my journey. And when Spirit says, say this, I'm going to say it. So I just want to say this show should really start to get pretty interesting. All right. Winter solstice 2024. Let's look at it. Masculine and feminine energies. Let's look at the cold. What is cold within the masculine and feminine energies? What is cold? Pluto, transformation, reunion, and soul ties. Most of us are in separation. There are only a few of us that are dealing with reunion at this time. Most of us are in separation due to the Pluto transit from Capricorn into Aquarius. If it did not serve its greater good, it was completely stripped and removed. If you are experiencing union, it's most likely not the union that you expected. It's not the union that matches your expectations. Notice me using all those ugly words that start with E. All right, now I'm going to look at the warmth. How best to warm it up. We have air, Ace, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm getting communication. We have assistance, spirit guides. We have alchemy, ancestor guides on the bottom. So we're definitely being guided. Like, I feel it strongly. I don't know about you guys. And I'm definitely at the point where, like, I'm done playing games with spirit. Like, I'm I'm, just done. I'm done playing with free will, all that shit, just done. I started my spiritual awakening in 2015, like before I knew what was happening, right? It was actually on my birthday, April 17th of 2015. It wasn't until 2017 that I actually knew what was happening. 2018 came together. 2019, separation, a dark night of the soul. 2020 to 2024, I tried to recreate the wheel. I thought it was, super cool. But here we are at the end of 2024, moving into 2025. I'm completely sitting with it. I'm completely surrendering. And I'm listening. I'm listening and I'm following directions. All right, let's pull a little tarot. I want to look at the soul ties, the reunion energy that's cold. Pluto. Pluto is the last planet in our solar system. It's definitely cold out there in Pluto. Pluto also represents Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio that feels cold. Eight of Cups comes out, walking away from something. Wheel of Fortune comes out, destiny, fate, it's time. And Five of Coins comes out, abandonment, rejection, despair. So you could feel abandoned by your twin. You could feel that they left you out in the cold. For some of you, you could even feel like you now have the tables have reversed, like Wheel of Fortune here. I'm kind of getting for some of you, you could feel like, I don't know, I'm getting a little bit of tit for tat. Like, I'm going to do it to you, you did it to me, that type of shit. All right, let's look at the air energy, assistant spirit guys. How you're going to warm this cold energy up is going to be communication, I believe. And most likely you are getting assistance, spiritual assistance. We have Seven of Coins, it's patience. Seven of Coins is a card that says you can harvest a little of something. You don't want to over harvest anything at this time. Seven of Wands is protecting yourself, healthy boundaries. I feel like Spirit's saying to be patient and respect people's boundaries. Yeah, and Knight of Coins. Knight of Coins is slow moving energy. It's about putting the focus on your own work. Yeah. So the reunion energy could feel cold right now. Counterparts could be in their own perspective lanes, keeping tight, closed boundaries. For those of you that are in contact or you're in a reunion period, you could feel like you've deterred from your purpose, like you're putting now all of a sudden, before all of your energy and focus was on your purpose, and now you've come into a reunion period. I know, because this is what happens to me every time I come into a reunion period. It's like I forget the journey or I forget the purpose, and I'm just so glad to spend time with this person or to see that, I don't know, confirmations, right? So it's like I put all my eggs in that basket. And then it's like I don't do the things that I'm supposed to be doing for my own journey. Hanged Man is on the bottom. It's Pisces energy. Jupiter is the first major arcana, Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter, Sagittarius energy. but it's giving me like excuse me, it's giving me, I said it earlier, like tit for tat, but there's like a word I'm thinking of. Um, resistance. It's resistance. It's like it's not. It's more than that. It's like if I have a ball and I throw and I hit you with the ball, and then you get the ball and you're like, okay, and you throw it and you hit it back and you hit me back. You see what I'm saying? It's like that energy. It's like you did this to me, and now it's my turn. I'm going to do it to you. All right, let's look at hunger. What is hungry inside the collective? What is disharmony, triggers, conflicts? Water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, our feelings, our emotions. Um, what's hungry, what needs more attention is our emotions, how we feel about things, how we have control over our emotions. If we have control over our emotions, then we don't experience triggers. Does that make sense? Like if you have control over how you feel or how other people make you feel, then nothing can trigger you. So I'm getting that energy needs more assistance, more care, more time. Let's see how you can care for it, how you can feed the hunger. Self-love, big confirmation. All right, so self-love, intention, deception, and temptation also came out. Receive and open is on the bottom. You have, so the collective, and that's going to be both masculine and feminine, has some feeling about being deceived in some way. And that could be causing you triggers. It could be causing you conflict. It could be causing you um, unstable emotions. Again, going back to self-care, focusing on yourself, the word intentions is sticking out to me. So I said the word expectations way too many times when we started the reading. So it's definitely giving me this energy like we had expectations of what reunion or union energy would look like. Or we had expectations that this person was never going to abandon us, or this person was never going to freaking stab us in the freaking back, right? This person was never going to start a freaking Rosa hater club on Facebook. I mean, give me a freaking break. I just, I'll get it together, y'all. I promise. Regardless, both the masculine and the feminine feel that they have been betrayed. Page of Wands comes out for the triggers and the overflow of emotion. Page of Wands is baby steps. Knight of Cups is being courageous enough to tell someone how you feel. And Four of Wands is a firm foundation. It's strength, unity. It's also the 11-11. Self-love is the action that we need to take. Big confirmation. The Lovers comes out. The Lovers is my clue card for the twin flame journey, but the Lovers, the meaning of the Lovers, the Gemini Lovers card is about choosing to love and heal ourselves, not about the other person. Choosing to love and heal ourselves so that we can come into union whole. Queen of Pentacles, taking care of yourself. The Devil, breaking free from any karmic ties. The whole idea of expectation when it comes to twin flames is a karmic lesson. Y'all should know that. There should never be any expectations. This person is a human and they're having their own life. You shouldn't expect them to come back. You shouldn't expect them to marry you. You shouldn't expect them to live happily ever after. They have their own shit they have to do. But any expectation that you have is just binding you. It's just keeping you stuck. The Devil, Capricorn energy, the Lovers, Gemini. Sherry says, this card reading is my life right now. No, Sherry, it's my life. It's my life right now. Hence, why we're in this collective. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Let's look at the happy. Let's look at the happy. What feels full in our life at this time? What feels full? Fulfillment and wishes coming true. So we've asked for things and they're arriving. I know that's true. That's true in my case. And sometimes they're arriving so quickly that it's scary. So for those of you that have been following me for any amount of time, we're an organically grown channel. No bots, no ads, none of that. Like I have to do these lives and then I have to wait until spirit says that person needs your information and then that person is drawn to me, right? I will say that spirit did promise me steady growth where I could create income and I could live and survive and eat food and be in a warm place. But I decided again that I was going to recreate the third wheel. So I chose free will and I wanted to go do whatever the hell I wanted to go do. So life got hard for me, right? Um, and and the numbers just kept slowing down. They just kept slowing down. The longer I was where I wasn't supposed to be, literally everything just kept slowing down. And then when I got my head out of my, you know what, the numbers start to pick up. I looked yesterday morning, but we had gained 85 subscribers in the last 90 days. And 60, did you hear me? 60 of those 90 subscribers were in the last 28 days. Miss L says, you stopped being in that energy. It's fact. It's fact. I tried to leave the twin flame journey and I tried to recreate the wheel. I tried to make my own journey. You know why you guys keep coming back to me and getting readings from me? Because I don't lie to y'all. Because I tell you how it is. And when you're on this type of awakening, you need someone who's going to tell you how it is. You don't need someone that's going to lie and blow smoke up your butt. It's not going to get you anywhere. You'll stay stuck and miserable. It was never about the person. It was always about the purpose. And any time that I tried to stray from that, the numbers, the analytics, it was so clear. The phone got quiet. No cha-chings. Etsy shop slowed down. Website slowed down. Everything. And every time that I realize that I'm not supposed to be in a relationship on this journey, the numbers pick up and the phone cha-chings and my bank account grows. Every time. Never fails. So if you're on this journey and you need someone to tell you good things that sound pretty, like you're going to live happily ever after, you're going to get married, this person thinks about you all the time, this isn't your channel. This isn't your channel. If you're having a twin flame spiritual awakening and you're done playing with spirit, you're done playing with the universe, you're tired of effing your life up, you're ready to be single, you understand that you're not going to replace this energy. There's no one that can replace this energy but yourself, because it was about you all along. Well, then welcome. Welcome. We get to have our spiritual awakening together. I do feel like my manifestations are coming in quicker. I do feel like my focus has been PLR and growing our analytics over on YouTube. And like I said, we've gained, what is that? What was the number? I didn't do the math. 55 to 60 subscribers in 28 days. That's significant growth for an organic channel. That's significant growth for an organic channel. All right, so joy. How best to enjoy it? How best to enjoy these manifestations, these wish fulfillments? We have party, external. I'm getting like minds, soul tribe, soul sisters. We have action, courage, Jupiter, and beginnings on the bottom. All right, let's dive in a little deeper. Let's see if we can find out which manifestations are being fulfilled, which wishes are being fulfilled. Queen of Wands is here. This is you leaving that imposter syndrome shit, right? This is you understanding that, yes, you've gained this wisdom. Yes, you are having this awakening. Yes, you have every right to tell the world what you've experienced and what you're still experiencing, right? It's definitely giving that confident Queen of Wands energy. We have the Tower coming out, shock, surprise, awe, and we have Eight of Coins coming out. Eight of Coins is focus, dedication. This Tower is not happening right now. This Tower has happened, and that's why you're coming into this realignment right now. The Tower happened to me. It happened to me at the end of November. I was that thing I keep talking about, that relationship. I just kept holding on to it, holding on to it, holding on to it. I mean, the tower was exploding in every direction. People were jumping out left and right. And I was just standing in there holding my little flag, going, no, I got it. I got it. I'm holding it down. I redirected my focus. I redirected my focus after that tower moment. And now my wishes are being fulfilled. All right, let's look at the party external. I do feel like Spirit's telling us like minds, soul tribe, soul sisters. All right, we have Six of Wands, victory, Two of Swords, and Knight of Swords. You're gonna, here's another, oh man, have mercy. Here's the message I just got. For some of you, for you that experienced this tower moment where people were jumping out left and right and your tower exploded, those people that are gone, they had to go so that when you put your focus back into your purpose and these pentacles start coming back out, they don't spend your money. Yeah, that's why they had to go, in case you didn't know. By the way, I've known that for like 3 years. And the last relationship, the 5-year relationship I was in for 3 years, I knew that if I stayed in that relationship, my finances will continue to dwindle. Yeah. I knew that I could not take that person where I was headed financially because of that person's own bad habits. Yeah. I knew that I had to break free from anyone that did not have my greater good or best intentions in mind for 3 years. And I held on to that shit. The Fool is on the bottom. I dropped some. All right, now we're going to look at the quiet and the still. So the quiet, we have contracts, careers, and commitments. The still, we have autumn and harvest coming out. Limitations and fears is on the bottom. All right. You're going to sit in it. Whatever is happening right now, whatever transition you just went through, whatever tower moment you've experienced, whatever reconstruction of your foundation you are currently in, you're going to sit in that energy until fall of 2025. And that really makes a lot of sense to me, especially with the astrology at the beginning of 2025. So it does make a lot of sense that you're going to be in this energy of just letting shit go, letting it fall away. You're no longer chasing that thing that you've heard in the back of your mind telling you over and over to let it go. You're not going to chase it anymore. You're going to let it go. You're finally going to surrender, and you're finally going to do the things. And why? Why are we finally doing the things? Why is it quiet and still now? Contracts, contracts, careers, and commitments. You have a purpose to follow. This is realignment. Seven of Swords comes out. Seven of Swords is leveling up in the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. We have the Justice card. Something's being made right again when it comes to spiritual contracts. Big confirmation there. All right, autumn and harvest. 9 of Coins, financial independence. The Fool, being able to take the leap of faith. And 9 of Wands, not giving up. You're definitely going to have to focus on your finances from now until fall 2025. On the bottom is the Moon. All right, I'm going to wrap this reading up with The Sacred Traveler by Denise Lynn. So this is your higher self. We're looking for higher self guidance for Winter Solstice 2024, Twin Flames. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. And last one, rejuvenating rain. Clear the past and heal the present. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Don't forget, I will be back Sunday night. No, Sherry, not tonight, unfortunately. I still have some work to do with PLR, and I'm just not going to have the time this evening. But I will be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we'll do all of January transits, guys. So that should be exciting. We get to start to look and see at the astrology of 2025. I'm really excited to start telling you about the North Node and the South Node, so we can start to really see what's headed our way, and what we have to look forward to in 2025. I know that a lot of the astrology points to some challenges, and of course, we're going to have those challenges. Life wouldn't be life without them, but I'm excited to also look at what positive changes are coming our way as well. So if you're also interested in that, come back and join me, right? Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. And we'll do those January transits. I'll offer some free and paid mini readings tomorrow night, guys, 8 p.m. Central Time. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Sherry, Diana, Michelle, Dreamsequa, my moderators, Sandra. I love you, ladies. Miss L, thank you so very much. I will see everyone Sunday night. Sunday night, guys. Zodiac readings are out for the week. So if you missed those, you can find them over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. Make sure to leave a comment after you watch them, guys, so I know that you got an opportunity to see them. I appreciate you guys and all the engagement and all of the follows. Thank you very much. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone. Happy winter solstice.